Sound check. Jason, let me know. Tell me when. Sound check. Check on this. Thanks for coming, Javier. How's it feeling? How's it sound? Good, thank you. Yeah. Javier, are you getting a stream from the other room? Are you getting a stream from the other room? Are they able to hear? 2 more minutes? All right. Thank you for working on this. Any change, Javier? How's the sound in the overflow room? Thank you. I'm just asking you that so they have some test audio. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate you being here to do that.
No, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, no, it works great.
They can hear in the other room well? All right. Thank you. Almost got it. Thank you. Mr. Buchanan, has sound in the other room better? Oh, thanks. Excellent. Thank you so much. Do you need to start a new stream? Jason, do they need to start a new stream or we stay with this one? All right, we'll bring them back and get started. They can hear now. Thank you. Still good?
Got it working, huh?
How about now? Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for letting us take these few minutes so that we can fix the sound system. Hopefully, everybody can hear now. Thank you so much. Is Rudy in the house? Rudy.
No.
All right, we'll give him a second.
If Rudy is not in the house, I'm going to go on with, is Jillian here yet? Jillian. Jillian Ashtabrenna. Asperanda.
Can I call them outside the door?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're all out.
Go get
Yes,
her.
please.
I'll be.
I'm going to keep calling out the names, and when they come in, we will get to them. Is Ben here?
Rudy or Jillian? Rudy or Jillian?
Good girl.
He's good at it.
Is Ben here? Ben Litchfield?
Ben
Yes.
Litchfield?
Thank you, Ben. You saved the day.
Hey guys, my name is Ben. Everyone's here talking about vaccines and masks and everything everything that's going on, and that's great. You're kind of leaving out another thing. Yesterday or 2 days ago, there's a teacher at Apple Valley Granite High School named Miss Ruiz, and she was asking everybody in the class who's got a chance at life and how do you get ahead in life. And she called on my son specifically, who proceeded to tell her, well, hard work and you work hard. Some guys start from a different place, but we work hard and we all get there. And he was told, that's your white privilege. Yeah, teaching critical race theory at Granite High School. Miss Ruiz needs to get fired. She segregated my son from the rest of his class and 4 other boys for their white privilege. Okay, so I just want to let you guys know this critical race crap ain't gonna go down. Racist. We're not gonna stand for this racism.
Thank you. Thank you. Who's next? Is Rudy. Thank you. Mr. Rudy, Mr. Rudy, can you please give me your last name?
Rudy.
Pardon me?
Rudy. So I need
Rudy.
Yeah. So, Mr. Bender, you taught a lot of us to be American proud, stand up for what's right. Why are you in a mask up there? Are you getting paid to be in a mask?
No, you know what? Well, never mind. We're just going by what the state mandates right now.
But
I'm not in favor of vaccine mandates, I'll tell you that.
But this is a public forum, not a school with kids in it.
All right.
Can you guys discuss the COVID suicide rate at Apple Valley? I know it's various numbers, but are you guys allowed to say it without giving names? You guys nothing to say?
The board does not respond to things on the floor, please.
It's because of the COVID crap. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
No, I have no knowledge of that.
okay,
We have.
Go ahead, Bender, you can speak.
That's all right. I know of no suicides from COVID, but we have suicides. I know that. So I don't know.
My son came home last week, Apple Valley High School, Heather Walton,
Yes.
Brandon Walton, okay?
I know.
He came home last week and said, Mom, some kid committed suicide. And it was mostly probably related because of all of this COVID stuff,
That's sad.
okay? You guys really need to get your you-know-what together and please listen to us.
Ma'am, do you have a card? Did you
Yes, I
submit
do.
Did you submit a card?
Yes, I do have
Okay,
a card.
can you Can you hold up till it's your turn to speak, please?
Okay.
Thank you, so we can hear
So do
him.
you still stand for America, Bender, or do you
I sure do.
Okay.
If what you're doing is the First Amendment, that's great.
I
You're
figured
a
you
democracy at its finest.
I figured you would be the best one up there because you were a U.S. history teacher. You taught us history.
Mhm.
Them removing all the history all that racist crap that used to be there is going to repeat history in 30 years.
There's nobody on this board in favor of CRT.
That's right.
Thank you.
Step up more and show more, Bender. Like, you're a badass guy. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know any of your counterparts up here. I'm guessing they're not as tough as you. But you raised a lot of us, Bender, that are doing well for ourselves because of you. I only graduated because of you, Bender.
Yeah.
I've been super
Thank
proud
you.
of you and like just knowing you. You used to call me Whittier. I don't know if you remember me or not.
I do.
Okay. But it's just weird seeing you in a mask. I thought you would be the one not in a
This
mask.
is a mess.
Because you taught us to be proud of America, love law enforcement, like, and you're up there in a mask. Like, it's just shameful. Like, I didn't want to say anything tonight, but seeing you on the mask right away, like, it just hurt. You made us proud of America, like, get shit done for America. And I don't know, just, I lost a lot of respect, but it's just sad. So start fighting for what's right, so that way nobody gets revoked or what's it called? Have out there, somebody have out there, re-elected. And I know I've always voted for you, Bender, when you're up. And I've always been proud to vote for you. Like, there's a lot of law enforcement that you raised throughout this country. I know many, and they still support you. We still talk the fun things we had. Like Ringos, you remember that?
Yep.
Okay, we love them, Bender. We're proud of those. So you gotta start ringoing your idiots up here that don't wanna do the right things.
Thank you. Mr. Paul Gustania. Mr. Paul Gustania. Is Jillian here? We keep calling the same Jillian. He's not here.
She's on her way. They're on their way.
Okay.
There's like 300 people in the other room. It's not just this room.
Yeah, when you call her name, so quietly with your mask on, all they hear is.
You gotta speak loud and then you gotta wait till
They
the
don't even
round.
know, it's like you're doing that on purpose too.
Maybe call 5 at a time so they can all come up here and be ready.
I only have 2 more cards. So right now I have Jillian and I have Paul. Paul. Hmm?
On the same topic. 7.
Sorry, I was running over. My name's Paul. I have 2 students in Apple Valley, one at Sitting Bull, and I've served in the high desert for several capacities over the last 23 years. First of all, I understand the crossroads and decisions you have to make. I know and believe the Trine, school board, superintendents, principals, and teachers are not our enemies. I know each of you love and care for our students, for our kids, and I know you want the best. You're our neighbors. We see you at the grocery store, Little League, soccer, eating out and around the valley. Like you, I have bosses and parameters, mandates, and policies that I don't agree with or I don't like to follow. I'm sure all of us in the audience knows what it's like to sit under authorities in our workplace that we don't agree with, and yet we have to comply with those work policies, practices, and procedures. I'm sure most of you on the school board and in the DO don't agree with the mask mandates or now the COVID-19 mandate. I know you are not the ultimate decision makers, and in some ways your hands are tied. I know it's not as simple as just complying. I get it. I've read the Ed Code related to vaccines, Senate Bill 277 related to exemptions, and I honestly wish that natural immunity counted for something in our current political and health environment, especially when it comes to COVID. I'm really angry and sad it doesn't. The question I have for you, our school board, specifically to answer if you would, is since COVID is not currently a law, will the school district make a statement and choose not to enforce this mandate until it is a law? I recognize that might just push the ball down the field a little bit because I'm pretty sure California, we tried to vote out people. Pretty sure the legislator will vote this into law, and I recognize that's a reality. The Murrieta Valley Unified School District made a statement on Tuesday night on their website, and I quote, says this: "Our school district is not currently requiring the new vaccine. Like you, we were notified of this at the same time through the same governor's press conference. This written order has not been made public for review. However, according to our education associations and initial assessments, this mandate will not be available until July 2022. We also understand it's a key component of other states. Requirement established by regulations, not legislations, must be subject to exemptions for both medical and personal beliefs. This means since the mandate is established by executive order, medical and personal beliefs exemptions will be accepted." And so I'm asking that you as a school board would consider making a statement like that until you hit a point where you cannot. I'm asking you would stand in solidarity with us, your constituency, to make that statement. That's not going to hurt our funding. It's not going to take away parent choice. And it's still going to protect our children. And together, as educators, administrators, and parents, we can move this needle in this world toward reason, balance, and civility.
It's just that one.
Is Jillian in here now? Is Jillian in the house? Okay.
No, Jillian, sorry. She's not there.
Did you get your card? Did you get your card?
You're gonna ask your agenda, right?
Yeah.
I'll do it. Good. Sooner we get that monkey out of the bag, the better off we'll all be.
Okay. She's Jillian.
I don't know.
Hi,
Hi. Before I start, I don't have enough of them, but I do have, I believe, 5 of them. I just want to give you a little history. So about this vaccine. My father got the shot. My father, yes, is of course, he is 76 years old. My father was in the hospital 12 days, almost died. Ended up having heart, every organ in his body failed. Thankfully, my father made it. Ironically, the CDC contacts me and asks me, how's your father doing? I explained to them what's happening, everything that's going on. And I asked them, do you need me to sign a records release? No, ma'am, we're the CDC. We can get all of that. Why are you calling me? Well, because we have no studies on what this vaccine does. My father is the study. I'm wanting to give you this because now the CDC is contacting me to see if I want compensation for my father. Why? Because they know this vaccine is not safe. Because why would the CDC want to pay his hospital bill and give me compensation? My child, my grandchildren will not be their study. If you decide for you yourselves to have your children do that, more power to you. But if I choose for my child to get a vaccine, it will be on me if something happens to my child. I will not give any of you that right because it is my child. Just as you have the right to say, I will do it and I will not do it. That is what this country is based on. I have a right. I want you to read this. I blocked off my father's name, but I want you to see that this is real. Most people don't know about this. The CDC is using you as their guinea pigs, and then they want to buy you off. Please go on there and look at this.
It's causing myocarditis in children.
My father can't even see out of his eye. Why? Because it is hemorrhaging over the vaccine. I know you guys here us were angry, and I understand it. But please look at everything. Vote with the facts that you study, not the facts that our government has given us, because our government tried to exterminate my people, the Native Americans. So why should I have to trust my government? I don't. And I will never trust my government because, see, they said I was a savage. I'm not a savage. I am a mother. I am a proud Native American mother that will protect my child against the Euro-American way of they think they know what is best for my child. She's my child. She came out of me, not out of them. Thank you.
Thank you.
If your card was not read, will you please make sure? I don't know. She said she had a card.
We have more?
Do we have a card? Okay, in a situation where we have additional public comments and have exceeded the 20-minute maximum time per item, members of our community will be able to submit electronic public comments to Caprice, CAPRICE_ZIERAU@avusd.org by Monday, October 11, 2021 at 12 p.m. These public comments will be publicly posted and distributed to all members of the Board of Trustees. An information card with this information is available at the sign-in table. Superintendent's comment.
I have no comment, thank you.
No comment. Board comment.
Good job.
Christopher Nunes.
Say something, man.
So, my name is Chris Nunez. I joined the board in July of just this year. I have a 9-year-old son. My wife works in the school district. If you can't hear my heart pounding right now, it is. This is obviously a very, very complex, but very important issue that we are facing and working through. Number one priority, above all else, is keeping kids safe and in school, in person. We are working through each and every one of these issues as they come down. I really appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate those of you that spoke and those of you that will please write us your comment, okay? We need every one of those. We take all of that into consideration. Thank you. We are working together. This is not an adversarial type of situation. The folks up here are not against you. We are all just trying to make sure that we keep our kids in school, developing, continuing on with what is most important, right?
And don't comply with
So here-
Don't comply with Newsom.
Yes.
So with that, thank you very much. And we'll continue the work together, okay? Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Raleigh?
Yes. Okay. Like Paul, so one of the speakers said just a few minutes ago, we are not your enemy. I've been in this community for 50 years, and I did 33 years in law enforcement, and I love this community. So with that said, I even have some relatives out here, my stepdaughter, stepdaughter-in-law, and they're all yelling at me, do something, Rick, okay? So what I'm going to propose we do as a board member is I would like to see, and if we have to call a special meeting between now and the next meeting, because we only meet once a month, I want to agendize and I want to have a detailed presentation from the superintendent's office or from legal on what our options are as a board. If we sit and do nothing, what could be done? Do we need to self-fund the district if we go outside the guidelines of what the governor says? So basically, we want to help you. And it's not easy to sit here and see community members that I've known for a long time and neighbors of mine that are upset with this, because believe me, I have 5 grandkids in this district, and I don't believe one of them is getting that shot, okay? That's their mother's choice and their father's choice. I get it. We all get it. So with that said, let's agendize and have a detailed presentation on options. Trene's already got the notes. And we'll call a special meeting. We'll notify it in the newspaper. You guys can all come back again in a bigger room with the sound system working, and we'll do this because you know what? We have to change a few ordinances to be able to do that. But I will guarantee that everybody will have a voice because this issue is not going away. The next issue is going to be K through 12. That's the next thing. The governor threw this on our lap. He sits in an Eiffel Tower with armed security, okay? We as board members, we get $350 a month to be on this board. And it's just, for gas and things. So we're doing this as really a public service because we all love education and the community. So it's really not about money for the 5 of us here, because there's a lot of reading and there's a lot that goes with it for $350. So you have my word that this is not going to go away. So we will notify everybody that's on the card, that submitted a card, we'll notify you when the next meeting will be. Is that
Mr.
filled out a card? But we're going to do more than, go ahead, I'm sorry. No, but we can actually do a blast through the email system for parents in the district as well, okay? So we'll have options. I'm not sure that the options that we'll get will be, I don't know, because we keep hearing different things. We hear different things what Hesperia is doing, what Lucerne's doing, what Snowline's doing. Everybody's doing different things. And even, in defense of the superintendent, she said tonight, this is a moving deal. There hasn't been any precedent. We don't really know what to do. That's the problem. So, well, yes, I mean, obviously, we want to stand up for you, but we know which way.
Standing up for us right now. I want you to stand up, Trinae. Stand up
Ma'am,
for my
Let us all get
Ma'am,
our piece
please.
here.
Excuse me.
We're- Okay,
Miss-
but anyway, that's my comments tonight.
I
And
second
wanna
your motion.
I want to, one more comment on the public safety issue, what's going on in the schools with these boys and this rape and all this stuff. Because I was told just tonight that there's a new TikTok. Before it was TikTok, let's rip up a toilet. Now it's TikTok, let's punch a teacher. Now it's TikTok, let's threaten a girl with rape. So, this.
If that shit's gonna happen,
I'm just.
I'll tell you guys right now, I'll stand up for you guys. No, that's bullshit. This TikTok, you can't blame shit on
I'm not
TikTok.
blaming it.
No,
I'm
no,
not,
that's
sirs,
bullshit.
please.
All over that.
I'm not blaming it on TikTok. What I'm saying is, this
If
is
you know
what
about it, you gotta do something about it.
I just found out about it tonight when all you guys are out here speaking. Now, I did hear about Sitting
You didn't hear
Bull.
that a month ago? You didn't hear that about a month ago? The school police did.
I did not, sir.
Mr. Harrison did.
I did not hear
You
it.
didn't know you're on the board. You didn't know. You're ex-sheriff. You didn't know.
I didn't know.
Okay, we're not here.
At this time,
I
the
know.
board is having
But
the board comments. If you will let us have our board comments,
Yeah.
and after that, we will have further discussions. But
We-
it is not conversation between the audience and the board.
Let's catch a meeting.
We will do our due diligence on this rape garbage and these threats against these girls. It's nonsense, especially 7th grade girls and younger. I get it. And I can get why that gentleman back there is pissed off. I get it. If it was my daughter, I'd be livid. I know. I know. And I'm with
Thank
you. So with that said, stand by. We'll be back.
Yeah, we'll announce it.
And we're gonna grab it by the bull by the horns and see what we can actually do. Say, you know what, we're sorry, we can't do anything. Because I know it's not gonna cut it. Okay? Thank you.
Mr. Bender?
I'd like to second his motion, and I'd like to say, I want to praise you people for being here tonight, executing your constitutional right. I'm not in favor of CRT. I have a 12 and a 13-year-old granddaughter. It would be murder from my daughter to me if I had them get vaccinated. So it's a personal choice, and I'm not going to tell my daughters what they can do with their daughters. But I appreciate you being here, and we're going to, like Rick said, we're going to work our way through this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all we want to hear.
Mr. So,
Listen to us parents.
Mr. So,
Yeah, I do. I just want 3 or 4 ladies, you probably got mad at me. You know what happens? That's I heard the word communism. So I was trying to walk out and tell you, say, I lived through communism. And my family lost everything. A number of my uncle got killed instantly by them. I wasn't trying to say, call you guys communists. Understand now? It's me, family, lived through tragedy of communism. And I totally agree that what the board members, let me finish. The board member said, we are going to listen to you. We're going to schedule another meeting so that you can get input. I'm against the governor too. I signed the So I'm sorry. So I just want to clarify for you young lady so you don't have to get mad.
You want to apologize for saying.
No.
Oh, you don't?
Mr. Show, would you like to apologize to the ladies for telling them to shut up? You yelled at them to shut up.
No. Primary, what the shot is, I said, they thought I was talking about communists. That's why I said, it's not it, That's the reason I
But you
said
still
that.
yelled at them to shut up.
Because of the word
Just say,
communism.
I
I'm
apologize
not, I apologize to you.
Come on, Edgar.
I got him.
okay, my turn. It's my turn to speak now. I wanted to take this opportunity to thank each one of you for exercising the rights that many of us have never had. I came from a country where you don't have those rights. And I have enjoyed a lot of what your country has to offer. And my children have enjoyed the privilege of having been born in a country that has freedom. But I want you to know one thing. There is no single parent in this room that I don't value. My children are grown and gone. They don't even live here. But I made the decision to live here because your children are important. Many of your children or many of your grandchildren or many of the parents that I have encountered in this room, I have taught their kids in the 30 years or plus I have lived in this high desert. When you have to take care of your children, it is valuable. Your children are the most valuable commodity that God has ever given you. And so when you fight on behalf of your children, I admire it. It may not be what I want. It may not be what any of the board members want, but I know it is what you want. And I respect it. When I walk into this boardroom, every time as the president of the board, before I sit down, I say a prayer. I thank God for giving me the opportunity to speak in a place that didn't know me when I first came here. When I first arrived in this place, I couldn't even be allowed to sit on a table such as this. But I want you to know one thing. There is nobody that will fight harder for your children than the members of this team here. We come at it at different ways. But when I see you in the store, I see a brother and I see a sister. I see a grandmother like me. I'm a grandmother of 9. I value your children. If you don't want to get your children vaccinated, it is your right. If you want to get them vaccinated, it is still your right. But at this time, we are functioning under the umbrella of a bigger system. And like Mr. Raleigh said, we will look at all of what's involved to make an informed decision about what is best for Apple Valley School District. Apple Valley School District is a unified school district. It is not Apple Valley / Hesperia School District or Apple Valley / Barstow School District. It is Apple Valley School District. We cater to the children of Apple Valley. We love the children of Apple Valley. I don't have any family members in Apple Valley, but I'm extremely passionate about Apple Valley School District. When COVID was at its highest, I ran around with everybody else to try and feed the children. They're not my kids. I was begging to go in and line up to get our staff members protected. These are not my family. So usually when I come to a meeting, I'm expecting us to be cordial with each other, to respect each other's rights, to speak when it is time to speak, and to follow the decorum that goes with what makes Apple Valley a unique place. I want you to know when you walk out of this room, that you're walking out of a room where everybody on this dais cares for your child. We just don't know how to navigate this as yet. Mind you, the word I said is as yet. But that doesn't mean that we won't navigate it. Give us the chance to show you how much your children matter to us. And at the end, we'll come to a place where we can respect the choices that we're going to make. That's all I have to say. I'm speaking straight from my heart. I came to this board meeting today after having buried 2 members of my family that died 3 weeks apart. But your children are so much more important because I'm more interested in what's alive than what is dead. So please give us the time to process all of this so that we can give you a response that is fitting for your child and the child next to them. I thank you so much for your time.
Sorry, I have to go back to C2, which is the standard.
I'm going to go back to C2, student report.
Now we're done with
Sycamore Rocks Elementary School,
Oh, thank you very much.
Mackenzie, Gregor, and Evan Esman.
Thank you. Thanks for being here. Don't worry. I do. Don't worry. You know, yeah.
See you guys soon.
We'll get it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Please stand up for our kids. Standing up for our kids. Thank you.
And for Sycamore Rocks Elementary School, Mackenzie, Gregor, and Evan Esman.
We talk about the kids now.
Give me a second.
I designed that logo on my shirt.
That's pretty good.
Very good. Did you get that? Okay.
I did that. That's on, right? Here. Oh, I gotta go
To tell you all the amazing things that we have going on at Sycamore Rocks this year.
Our Sycamore Rocks community has come together to make the best of these uncertain times. We have had quite a few additions to our school in the last year and a half. First, we are excited to use our new drive-through area and expanded parking lot. Our students are anxiously waiting for our soon-to-be finished playground, which includes 2.
Good evening, my name is Evan.
And I'm Mackenzie.
First off, we would like to say we are so happy to be back at school, and we would like to take a moment to tell you all the amazing things that we have going on at Sycamore Rocks this year.
Our Sycamore Rocks community has come together to make the best of these uncertain times. We have had quite a few additions to our school in the last year and a half. First, we are excited to use our new drive-through area and expanded parking lot. Our students are anxiously waiting for our soon-to-be finished playground, which includes 2 new equipped areas, a shaded structure, and a foam mat. It will be great.
Our school also holds 2 5K runs every year. Every student and staff participates, and we have a blast. While we are promoting health and fitness, these events are held in December and May.
We also have lots of family nights planned at Sycamore Rocks. These will include math nights for parents, literature night, and holiday fun night. And this year, we already had our first one. It was burgers, books, and board games. We had the In-N-Out truck serving burgers, teachers reading books, and lots of fun board games for families to enjoy.
We also are hosting our annual Halloween night at Sycamore Rocks on October 29th. Families can wear their favorite Halloween costumes, trick or treat on campus, and participate in many fun games. It is going to be a spectacular event.
In addition, we are excited and honored to tell you that Sycamore Rocks is an art of the school. Some of the art programs we have traditionally offered include a school musical, weekly art rotations, artist spotlight lessons, music lessons, band, and our annual arts fair.
In the last few weeks, we have had two amazing virtual assemblies. For the lower grades, Kaiser presented an assembly focused on literacy. For the upper grades, Kaiser presented an assembly regarding conflict management. We really enjoyed it.
One last thing, we would really like to thank all of our teachers and staff at Sycamore Rocks. They truly make our school special.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for allowing us to speak about how exciting Sycamore Rocks is. Have a great night.
Vanguard Preparatory, Jameson Perini, and Ephraim Avila.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jameson Perini, the ASB president here at Vanguard.
And I'm Effie Avila, the ASB vice president.
We're excited to have the opportunity of speaking with you this evening.
We are not going to sugarcoat things. Last year was rough, but as Falcons, we worked together and overcame several challenges.
As a leadership class, we had to come up with new and different ways to offer activities to students in a virtual format.
We can both agree that this was a success. Was every event perfect? No, but we were able to create opportunities for student involvement during one of the most trying school years of our lives.
Students who wouldn't normally participate in on-campus activities felt involved and chose to participate in virtual events.
We hosted not one, but 2 virtual art contests, a family lip sync battle, and a virtual talent show. The submissions of talent were impressive, and kids were so happy to be a part of something special.
One of the things we like to focus on here at Vanguard is SOAR. SOAR is part of our core behavior values that we focus on daily. SOAR stands for self-control, on task, always respectful, and responsible.
It's what makes us Falcons. Falcons are students that know how to stay on task, show respect, and demonstrate their responsibilities on campus while also serving within our community.
We have so many amazing activities and events planned for this year that we want to share with you all tonight. Our activities will really get students excited and motivated to come to school this year. Starting off with our welcome week, we're greeting Falcons back to a new school year full of new opportunities. Our goal is to really make sure all Falcons feel safe once they step foot on campus and welcome.
We have so many exciting things planned for this year that we want to share with you all tonight.
Starting off with this new school year, we have so many exciting events and activities planned for this year that will get
This event allows for all students to have fun at lunch on Fridays, whether it be a cornhole game, human ring toss, or a variety of other competitions and events. All students had fun and went home happy.
When we show our Falcon pride is having spirit days. We've had spirit days like Sports Spirit Day, which got a lot of participation. Many other great spirit days are in the works.
We are proud to say that we are an Involved school. We had our leadership training towards the beginning of the year with Scott from Involved Schools. We know for a fact that it was extremely beneficial to not only us, but the whole campus in general. It helped everyone out because after a long year stuck at home, it helped us to come back with strong social skills.
Kindness goes back in full swing. It is so nice to be back to in-person meetings. We really feel that students sign up will have a positive and inclusive experience.
We have also started collecting socks for our Release Oktoberfest, where we gathered many pairs to donate to the local women's shelter.
At the end of October, we are hosting our first ever Staff vs. Students Kickball Tournament and Halloween Costume Contest to conclude the month of October. It will also be the end of our annual Fall Art Contest. This art contest was definitely one of our biggest successes in the past.
This will be our first ever Staff vs. Students Halloween Costume Contest, and we know this will get a lot of student participation and get everyone in the Halloween spirit. We will also be having our lip sync battle this year. This is a Renaissance rally where students participate in a middle school-wide performance to compete and see who wins. This is something that I'm personally very excited about. I was on the 6th grade team a few years ago and we won because that's how we celebrate our Falcon pride.
We very much appreciate your time this evening. I can't wait for the next time Vanguard ASD gets the privilege of speaking with you.
Go Falcons!
Granite Hills High School, Ella Hausman.
Board members, Superintendent Nelson, and attendees, my name is Ella Hausman, your 2021-2022 Granite Hills GC president. I am proud to show the progress our school has been making in the past month. That being said, our counselors have already finished grad checks early on with the seniors, and avid students are already ahead of the game on applying to colleges. Our homecoming dance theme was enchanted with decorations of fairy lights, flowers, and some mushroom cutouts. The junior class worked hard to enhance the night, as well as our culinary coming out with the nachos and pastries, with there not only being a lot of positive feedback about the dance, but the amount of tickets sold was record-breaking at Granite, was selling 510 tickets. Also, with it being Hispanic Heritage Month, we celebrated by having a mariachi band perform during lunch, as well as another day of playing Spanish music. Our Powder Puff game is coming up on October 30th on a Saturday. The girls are hyped up, including me, and the coaches are eager to bring in the dub. Staff at school has also been focusing on the preparation for our WASC visit, which only occurs every 6 years. District members will be receiving an invite to attend. Now, about our mighty Cougars. Our football team is 5-1 and won their first league game last week. This by far is our most promising team in the past years, with having the best start and most positive attitudes all around. We also have our volleyball game today, which will decide whether we are second or third place in league. It will be our 15th year in a row that we have made playoffs. Cross country boys and girls are currently second in league. Boys water polo is finally getting back in the pool after 2 years and are starting to work hard for their season. Girls and boys has started their tryouts and has more people showing up in years. Our counselors are on their A game. Avid students are ahead of game. Our homecoming was a success, celebrating Hispanic heritage, and we are looking forward to the WASC visit, Powder Puff, and our outstanding Mighty Cougar teams. Thank you all for the time this evening, and always remember, maroon and gray lead the way.
Apple Valley High School, Daniel Oriana.
Board members, it is my pleasure to bring you news from Apple Valley High School. The month of September was filled with many exciting events. We saw the return of the Bell game, which boosted school spirit, and we secured the Bell's place here at home for the 10th consecutive year. We held our annual color run, where hundreds of runners were able to exercise and have fun with the community. Our varsity volleyball team had multiple victories against Hesperia, Sultana, and Burroughs, and our girls' tennis team have won their matches against Big Bear, Adelanto, Victorville, Hesperia, Serrano, Oak Hills, and Sultana, with them being in second place in the Mojave River League. As for club activities, our ecology club has started bi-weekly bottle collecting and recycling days as a response to the increase in water bottles this year, and they are working on applying for a school garden grant. Sun Stations hosted a car wash fundraiser and have started preparing for their Monster Bash and Desert Theater performances. The ASB senior class has been especially busy this past month, working on Powder Puff, homecoming court nominations, and our homecoming dance, which is scheduled for this Saturday. As you can see, we have kept ourselves busy and hard at work as we close the first quarter. I thank you for your attention, and I look forward to updating you in the months ahead. And remember, Sonoma pride is contagious.
Reports, Union Representative, California School Employees Association, CSEA. You give up yours.
Thank you. My name is Shelley Ames, and I am the secretary of Apple Valley CSEA Chapter 828. I want to say thank you, board members, Mr. Nunez, for sharing your concern for your children, Mr. So for sharing some of the tragic stories that your family went through as a child, Mr. Bender for your steadfast support of the Constitution, Mr. Rowley for your promise to have the parents be heard and work with the groups to do what we can to prevent the tragedy that could unfold should we continue on the train we're on right now. And Ms. Okpara, for sharing your compassion that you have for the children of the community and the families, but mostly the children. Your compassion very apparent. Thank you to the administration for all of the hard work that you do to ensure the safety of students, staff, and community, parents. Recently, we wanted to share that our chapter sent a survey to our members. And one of the overwhelming concerns by your classified staff are mandates that affect their employment, their livelihood, their own children that are in the district, and their health. They look to us as a union representatives for leadership, and we look to you for leadership. And we appreciate that we'll be able to work together to come up with ways that are going to serve everybody appropriately. We find ourselves on a precipice of something we've never encountered before. And as leaders, we all want to make sure that when we all finish in the wash, that we leave a legacy that is worth respect and remembering for everybody. So we look forward to working with all of you to ensure that there's a positive outcome for our students, our staff, and our community. Thank you.
Apple Valley Unified Teachers Association, AVUTA.
Good evening, board members and district admin. I did have Derek Castellano speak on COVID because I have another important issue that I need to speak on. We are going against CTA and NEA and all of our other locals because we believe that vaccine is a choice. We're pro it, but we believe that it's a choice and it should not be made to happen. Since we spoke last, a lot of things have happened in regards to AVUSD. The teachers who were brand new or veterans who moved because of education finally got paid, which was a task in itself. The teachers are reporting that the students are progressing and they are happy to be in-person teaching. However, they are overwhelmed, even veteran teachers. They are overwhelmed because of the constant sub shortage. When there is a sub shortage, elementaries end up taking kids that were split from a class with no subs. In middle school and high school, teachers often give up their prep in order to help out. Prep period is essential to all teachers, and some are guilted into taking a class or being told that they will have extra kids in their class or even time carded with no chance to accept or decline. We even had an AVUS teacher who was taken from her class to sub in another class, and the assigned sub was given her class. That means 2 classes learnings were disrupted, and the AVUSD teacher who came to work was penalized. AVUTA wants to state that we do not agree with this practice and hope the board doesn't either. I have brought this up before. AVUSD simply is not competitive in the high desert. Who would want to sub for AVUSD when you can drive 15 more minutes and make a third more pay? Sorry. Another issue that we recently went through was the staff of a local school, both classified and certificated, were going to schedule a walkout because of the treatment by their admin. AVUSD was able to stop it, and AVUTA does not condone acts of this nature. However, the staff is fed up with their administration and didn't know another way to show they need a change. Over 80% of the certificated staff has left that school in 4 years because of the school administration. When are we going to stop blaming the staff and start blaming school leadership? Some of the things that the staff reported are as follows. Admin putting their hand in staff's faces when approached. Admin yelling at staff in person and on the phone. Admin taking away preps without asking the teachers if they wanted to give it up. Since the elementary prep is so new, this should not happen. If teachers do not want to give up their prep time, they shouldn't have to. Being made to should not happen. Admin talking to staff about other staff members indiscreetly. Admin crying at every staff meeting. Admin not responding to emails. Admin calling and yelling at a teacher while she's teaching for not doing something when the teacher had emailed her all of the information. Discipline. Kids are being sent back to class within 20 minutes after being disciplined or not. This shows the other students it isn't a big deal to do something and get sent to the office. Admin constantly changing things, but only letting some of the staff know. Admin scheduling things at the last minute, the day of, and expecting teachers to be flexible because the administration has no schedule management time. The worst is that the principal knows they won't get in trouble because others have reported things and it is ignored. For example, when I spoke to the admin when I was on campus to meet with the certificated staff without knowing what they had been through, the admin said, I'm going to treat this as a learning experience. What learning experience? That this staff is so frustrated with them that they're willing to walk out? The response just showed me that the admin knows they aren't going to get in trouble and things will continue as usual. The staff received a survey that made them give their email and have no autonomy. Several of the staff refused to answer or did not answer honestly because of the fear of retribution by their administration or district. Most of that site is new and fear losing their job if they say anything. Most of the staff is new because every year, new teachers are non-reelected or just leave because they can't handle the inconsistencies at this site. Lastly, there was a post by parents on Facebook about this school and admin. There were 222 responses in one evening. I have given you the post and comments to see that the parents have been pushed past their limits as well. Why does the staff have to work under these conditions? No one should be yelled at by admin or have their hands put in their face. When are we honestly going to listen to the staff and take action? This has been 4 years of complaint, but nothing gets done. The certificated members feel they have no voice because nothing is ever corrected. When is the district going to stop protecting the admin and start listening to the staff? Years ago, AVUSD would have demoted this admin when the whole staff got involved, but not now. Instead, we protect the admin and we blame it on the staff. We need this to be taken seriously. I am asking you as a board to take action and investigate. AVUTA believes that an outside source should investigate this because the AVUSD admin is involved and taking the side of the administration. Please seriously consider an investigation, discipline, and listening to the staff. This school will keep on losing staff because of the issues, and it makes me sad because I would not willingly teach at that site due to the problems with the administration. Sorry. Isn't our motto students first? These kids at this site need the teachers the most. Teachers are creatures of habit and do not like change. So if 80% of the veteran staff have left, shouldn't we be investigating why? This causes learning issues for the students and constant change because the teachers are leaving in masses. I know that AVUSD will tell you it isn't that bad, or that Christy's just complaining and not all true. This is why I'm asking you to get involved, to hear what the teachers have undergone and anonymously survey them so that they can tell you the truth. Thank you for your time and for listening to these issues. We genuinely want what's best for students. AVUTA believes what is best for students is a happy, organized, and productive school where the staff is praised, not punished. Thank you.
Who's school?
I can't.
Yeah, we're the parents. We have a right to
No, we're going to close section.
No, we didn't.
We're going to go back to.
We were the only district that came back.
Okay.
No. We came back as soon as we could. We caught.
We're here to stand with you guys.
Thank you.
Adoption
You
of
too.
agenda.
The problem here is leadership. That's why we're in a room with 50 people here instead of 550, because that room was packed. And none of you guys saw any of that. They were cheering and shouting and screaming at all these people up here talking. And none of you guys saw because you chose to be in a smaller building. You set your poor officers up for failure because rather than having a bigger room so everybody could hear you and hear what's going on, you have to live stream it, which causes problems. So we missed almost 2 hours of this school board meeting tonight because of the audio.
Sir, as
Yes.
previously stated, inappropriate conduct, disturbing or willful interruption of any board meeting shall not be permitted. So.
We couldn't hear the entire school board meeting. So as people, as the people who pay your paychecks and are demanding answers, we have the right to know. So if that is not available out there, what are you guys gonna do to fix it? And how are we gonna fix the problem if when I go home tonight to watch this, how am I gonna voice my opinion when it's at home? You guys are at home.
We couldn't even see any of the speakers.
An hour and 50 minutes next door, there was pretty much no volume other than complete feedback. All we heard was back and forth, the same stuff. We're all just here so we can hear our kids, and we're here for them. But we got locked out and told that we couldn't even come in here to figure out what was going on with the room next door. For over an hour and 50 minutes.
It won't happen again when we have the next meeting. All I
If
can-
we have the next meeting, we're
We're gonna take care of it because the meetings are gonna be getting, more people coming to them. We know it was a disaster back there and we're gonna change it.
We own a lot of property here.
We have our word that we're gonna do it. That's all.
We'll hold
Take
you
me,
guys to- we'll take your word now. and
take
we'll
my
hold
word
you all.
and
We already
it'll
got
be
your
me.
names. We know who you are.
I know.
You guys all have pictures on the internet.
I know.
Okay, this is
I'm
no-
just saying,
I
we
understand.
are
I have
gonna
a
take care of
picture.
it.
Okay.
I would be upset
All right,
too.
can we just,
And we'll take your word for it right now that you will take care of it, but we are demanding action. That's all I have to say.
thank you, can we,
I know, I heard outside, yes, but we were unaware of all that
Can
because
we-
we had no.
can
way
we
to-
just move on so that we
Yes,
can
ma'am.
get back to it?
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, the board may approve the agenda as is or add and or pull items from the consent agenda for discussion and or action. We need to approve the agenda as is.
Move the item.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. We have discussion item, that's we on E. Measure S bond information by Mr. Schulenberg.
Thank you. In response to a question by a board member previously regarding the Measure S facilities bond, this is just some information for the board. If you recall, in March of 2004, the voters approved the issuance of 36 million in GO bonds to fund various projects throughout the district. Those were funded in two separate issuances, one in October of 2004 and one in June of 2006. Since then, we've actually gone through some refunding, which would be likened to a refinancing. We issue new bonds to prepay the existing. We exchange high interest rate bonds for lower interest rate bonds, and we do not extend the repayment term. We've done that twice. Once in May of 2013, we did refinance a portion of each of the Series A and Series B, and we did it again in 2016. So we currently do have 4 bond issuances that are currently being paid back. Now, how those bonds are paid back, because this is voter-approved debt from an election in March of 2004, the San Bernardino County levies what's called an ad valorem property tax to properties within Apple Valley Unified School District. The San Bernardino County tax collector collects those ad valorem taxes and then makes those bond payments on behalf of Apple Valley Unified School District. Those funds are held in Fund 51, which is one of our operating funds. It is on our financial books, and you'll see information about Fund 51 when I present the unaudited actuals each September. However, we do not control those funds. Those funds are all controlled at the county. This is a remaining aggregated payment schedule. This means this is all 4 bond issuances combined and what the payments are now until the end of the term. You'll see we make a payment, or I'm sorry, the county makes a payment out of that ad valorem tax that's collected every February and every August. And you'll look at those amounts. It's just 3 pages, and you'll see the final payment there, August of 2030. So we still have approximately 9 years on repayment, while the ad valorem tax will continue to be collected by the San Bernardino County and those bond payments will be made. The total remaining debt service is about $18.5 million of principal and $11 million of interest, for a total of $29.5 million remaining to be paid from that ad valorem tax. And again, in response to Mr. So's question, the final Measure S bond payment will be August 1st of the year 2030.
If I may interrupt you briefly for a couple of minutes. The bonds issue at that time was to finance construction of the Granite Hills High School, right? And also some improvements to Sitting Bull School too.
These bonds was in 2004. Granite opened in 1999. We did make some improvements at Granite Hills High School. We constructed Sitting Bull Elementary and Sitting Bull Middle, which is now Sitting Bull Academy, and did various improvements throughout schools in the district. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt.
Discussion action session. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees discuss and take action on the following items. Approve the recommendation of the, we gotta wait till we finish
Yeah,
that.
we'll come back.
Because we're gonna go to closed session. We have to rush back from closed session so we may hear people speak. So we're gonna have to go back to closed session and have further conversation on this matter.
Did you complete the discussion for item 1, student discipline?
If you've completed it, you can take the vote.
Okay. Approve the recommendation of the administrative hearing chairperson effective immediately on expulsion. Your turn.
Okay. So the board voted unanimous to expulsion number 1.
This is an individual motion, second and vote.
Yeah.
Right.
I move that we expel item number 1, 2021-2022.
Second.
Second. Okay.
So you're moving to accept the motion, the recommendation of the hearing chair panel.
Correct.
Yes.
So we have to vote on that.
Each one. I'll do it. Okay, on expulsion case number
We
2.
need to vote on that.
Need to vote.
You can vote
We
on
need
one.
to vote on each one.
I thought we just did.
Just say all in
No, we
favor.
just.
You can't.
No, we
There's no
just.
changes.
Okay,
Vote here.
all in favor for expulsion
Aye.
number 1?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Okay, go ahead.
On expulsion case number 2, 2021-2022, we have a motion.
So moved.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Expulsion case number 3, 2021-2022.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Expulsion case number 4, 2021-2022.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Expulsion case number 5, 2021-2022.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Stipulated expulsion case STIP number 1, 21-22.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Stipulated expulsion case STIP number 2, 2021-2022.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Stipulated case number 3, 2021-2022.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Okay, we'll move on to ARs. Annual review, AR number 3, 2021-2022.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Annual review, AR number 4, 2021-2022.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Annual review, AR number 5, 2021-2022.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're gonna go to close.
We haven't started on, we haven't
We're
got down
gonna
to
go back
item
to-
two yet.
That's where we start.
That'll be
But at night.
long night still.
Okay. I need a motion to go back into closed.
So moved. Second.
Okay. Any opposed? All right.
Let's take.
We're gonna go finish where we started.
So we're going back to closed session for a couple hours.
It might be.
Don't believe me.
We don't have anything else to do. We took care of listening to the main thing.
We changed it around.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. But there are no kids here. Approve the certificated and classified personnel actions as listed. I need a motion.
So move.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Approve the requested leaves as noted. I need a motion.
So move.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Is that the one we just did? Number 4.
So now you
We haven't
probably
done
need
that.
to amend the agenda to hear the presentation before you approve. So just move.
Mrs.
forward.
Nelson,
Yes.
should they read out any action taken in closed session?
I got these 3.
Okay, I apologize.
We're gonna get to that because we adjusted everything.
Well, I think that's the question, because you have to hear the ESSER plan presentation.
Yeah.
And then, so
I need to amend the motion, amend the item number 4 so that we may hear the ESSER presentation before we vote on it. Correct?
I would let, yes.
Mr.
You need a motion and a.
I need a motion
So move.
to amend.
A second.
Any opposed? Okay. Do we need to go on?
Mr. Slauson.
Okay, so I'll do a quick presentation and then we'll allow for discussion action and we'll allow you to take action. This is in front of you on a document. There's a few slides I'm going to go through quickly that talk about the ESSER III plan developed and now submitted for your approval. And so the ESSER plan, what is an ESSER, you ask? Well, essentially this is a third round of coronavirus relief funding, and this is the school version of that funding. It stands for the Elementary and Secondary School Emergency Relief Fund. Federal monies provided to schools with certain requirements in order for school districts to take advantage of those. Requirements are, 1, how and which will those funds be used to implement prevention and mitigation strategies that are practicable and consistent with CDC guidance in operating schools for in-person learning, which has been our priority. We have to use 20% of the funds to address the academic impact of lost instructional time. And then finally, how will we ensure that how those interventions are working? What we're doing? Ultimately, we must report how are we going to measure the impact of those things. And so our plan addresses those items. A quick note about these are one-time grant funds. Although they don't expire until 2024, September of 24, it is a single allocation and it will not renew. And so anything we do with this funding should reflect that reality. And that was also shared with the community members who helped to develop the plan. What was that process? First, of course, everything we propose in this plan is consistent with the LCAP, which has extensive background with our community. But we did engage in a new process. Not every district did, but we went out and engaged in a new process. We did a thought exchange, a survey with an open-ended question asking about the priorities for this funding specifically. We brought in our district advisory committee and our district English language advisory committee to a combined session on September 20th to gather their priorities and for them to review the survey data. There was strong consensus when we looked at the priorities of the plan, and they felt very strongly about approving it as we are submitting it to you. The cost estimates that you saw in the plan document that was attached to this item are just that, they're just estimates. So the community input kind of looked like this. We had almost 600 people participate, offering almost 700 thoughts with 12,000 interactions, meaning they ranked a thought, gave it some priority on a scale of 1 to 5, which really helps us get a sense of what's really important, right? Quite quickly, the thoughts that have a lot of resonance with the greatest number of people rise to the top. So what were those things? They kind of fell into some categories. Those categories were first in the safe in-person learning categories, mostly facilities. As you saw at the beginning, that's one of the mitigation strategies. And so important to our group was making sure and fund things. The number one topic was water fountains. They want water fountains that operate, that are touchless, that are safe, clean, and provide students water. And so that's a project that Mr. Schulenberg's department's already working toward, and this has now got a great funding source. Likewise, upgrading the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems in the district. Another COVID-specific mitigation strategy. Ventilation and filtering are important aspects of this that are non-invasive. And so we were happy to hear that that was an important measure that was high priority with our community, therefore qualifies for funding. General maintenance was the next topic. Painting, wall repair, furniture, upgrading classrooms, and then also computer upgrades, working on a project to bring all classrooms up to just a minimum standard of projector, audio, video. Some of our infrastructure is in need of updating. The next topic is the continuous safe in-person learning. There were some COVID-specific items that were mentioned by the community. Those had to do with many staff and students, staff particularly, but parents asked also, could there be on-site testing? It's just more convenient for them. They often want a test. And so that's something that we put into the plan as a possible to either pay for the cost of the testing, cost of staff to administer testing during this time. And then, of course, increase access to nurses, which we are working toward. We want to be careful about funding positions with short-term funding, but it could be that some of this has to be increased in the short term. The lost instructional time component really came down to tutoring. They really are looking for tutoring extra support. That broke into several categories, before and after school sessions of all types. They were specific about band, PE, arts, music, and those things that get them caught up in the academic subjects. And they want to continue an enriching summer school program, much like we offered this year. And then the other topic consistent with our LCAP was mental health supports. Continuing to add counselors, therapists, and things like that, or at least add time. And so we are going to continue to do that. There's some partially fundable items that they asked for. We wanted to be careful with these, but make mention of them to you. Class size reduction, which does already occur, and we can do that in a manner that is not adding a person in every case by, for example, buying out a prep period. So we can sometimes do that at the secondary level in a short-term manner. And we have increased the number of independent study program teachers, both due to enrollment. As you see, our enrollment is up. Also, making sure that there's space for students to return to in-person. And then increasing hours for positions like teacher aides. We call them paraeducators in our system. There was a request for increase of custodial hours or the number of custodians. That was actually already in process after an audit of the system. And then other staffing additions you heard today to talk about sub pay. So increasing the sub rate was something that was of interest for this group. Those would need to be temporary items in some cases because, again, this funding does sunset. And so those are the main items that were requested that are written into the plan as you saw it. It's a very brief template. Our next steps is to submit this to you tonight for approval. We have then 5 days after that to submit it to the county for their approval. And then soon thereafter, you will see a return to an in-person and continuity of instruction plan, essentially our COVID safety plan. You'll see that come. That is required every 6 months to be updated. And then we'll bring to you, as we mentioned in the plan, we will monitor the efficacy of this with student test data, discipline referrals, whether or not we're getting things installed in classrooms, whether or not we're having the water fountains upgraded. And those will probably come from a variety of departments, including the administrative services department. So that's just a quick overview of our process and the highlights of the plan items. So I'll take any questions and.
I have a question. What, for some of the items, you know, the water fountains and upgrades to the classroom, upgraded technology, what's the ETA for most, or those kinds of things?
I'll let Mr. Schulenberg answer what he can on that. I think he's got more information.
Yeah, thank you. Specific to the water fountains, we're bundling a project with touchless fixtures in restrooms, student and staff restrooms, touchless water bottle filling stations. We are currently receiving estimates and quotes from a couple local contractors evaluating how to actually what delivery model we're going to use for this particular project. I would anticipate that within 2 months, 2 to 3 months, we'll start seeing some installation work at certain schools. In regards to the HVAC, it's going to be a multi-phase project. Our first phase, we're looking at 6 of our schools, working on what's called like-for-like replacement, units that do not require any Division of State Architect approval for work. And we are currently putting together a package to take out to bid.
Thank you.
And Madam President, I apologize, but you did not have to amend the agenda because it's a discussion action. And so he was already prepared to do so. So I just want to clarify for the minutes.
All right.
So you do need a.
We need to approve the ESSER III plan submission. I need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I approve the proposal for Davis demographics for trustee boundary review. I need a motion.
Move it. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Give the direction to the Assistant Superintendent Administrative Services on whether to proceed with negotiations on a cell tower agreement. I need a motion.
Do you want to hear from Mr. Schulberg?
If you'd like a little bit of just information prior to the motion,
All right.
the board actually has 2 directions we can go. We can make a motion to direct me to commence negotiations with these companies that are interested, or you can move to say, no, we're not interested. Thank you very much. I have been approached by 2 different companies representing cellular organizations that are interested in this property to install cellular facilities. Those 2 companies have actually come together and currently are proposing or have proposed to me in discussion a single tower with co-located antennas, with also providing space for future Apple Valley Unified School District network equipment to serve our students. We have not negotiated any terms. They have proposed some terms, but depending on the board's will and direction from the board, I can either tell them, no, thank you, we're not interested, or I can begin negotiations in earnest with them and also involve legal to make sure that we are doing everything correctly with the cellular agreement. On this property.
On this, all right.
On this property. They're interested.
That answered my next question.
I think we should start thinking towards the future if this will support our students, right?
Well, there's a possibility of supporting a future private AVUSD data network to support our students. They are willing to provide space on this tower for future antennas.
And then does this provide unrestricted funding to the district?
Yes. Yeah, the revenue stream from a cell tower would be considered unrestricted revenue. They're typically not large dollar amounts because it's a very small footprint for the equipment. They have proposed a unique agreement, kind of a rental sharing agreement that I have not seen before in cell towers, but we do have cell towers we have one at our operations center out at Bear Valley. We have one in the water tower at the stadium, and the starting rental rates for those were about $2,000 a month with a annual increase with a multi-year agreement.
Thank you. Any questions?
One last thing, I'm sorry, Madam President. If the board does direct me to commence negotiations, any agreement that is negotiated would be brought back to the board for your consideration and approval at a later date.
So it's just to move the item, it's just for negotiations.
Yes, sir.
Right, yes. Okay, I move it.
All right, second it.
All in favor?
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you. Consent item agenda. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees consider approving a number of agenda items as a consent list. Consent items are routine in nature and can be enacted in one motion without further discussion. This procedure conserves meeting time for a full discussion of significant issue. Consent items to be approved in one motion will be 1 through 24.
I move that we approve 1 through 24.
So move.
Second.
Oh, no, Rick, move.
So that would be second.
Second, that's the second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you much. Staff reports, we don't have.
But you do have the readout.
We have the readout from the
Right,
closed session.
okay, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, B6, conference with labor negotiator on a motion by Nunez, second by Opara to approve memorandum of understanding with the California School Employees Association, Chapter 828, dated September 7th, 2021, regarding increasing the prescribed work hours. The vote was unanimous 5-0. B6, conference with labor negotiator on a motion by Bender, second by So. The board voted to approve the memorandum of understanding with the California School Employees Association, Chapter 828, dated September 7th, 2021, regarding changing the prescribed work hours. Motion passed 5-0. B2, conference with on litigation, Government Code Section 54954, subsection D, on a motion by Nunez and a second by Opara. The board unanimously approved the claim of Sean Gillette. 5-0 vote. Thank you. Those are the three.
We're not going to another closed session.
No.
We've exhausted our closed session conversation. Superintendent's comments.
We have noted the future item having to do with what the ramifications of doing something different than the law and the indication for that. So we'll be working towards that. And then this past week, I was able to attend the MAST and HOSA inductions. They did them all outside in Sun Devil Circle, and each grade level was inducted into the academy, and it was absolutely wonderful. They came in as freshmen, and each grade level came a half hour later, and they were presented with their pin and did their oath, and we got to watch them do that. And then October break, obviously one more day, and people are on October break, and I hope everybody takes the time to take care of themselves, because it's been a hard first few weeks of school, and the quarter is about over for school. So. Moving on to semester.
Okay. Is that it?
Yes.
Mr. Nunez.
Thank you. First, I had the great pleasure of attending a special presentation at Granite Hills High School made by SEBA, the Sheriff's Association, along with San Bernardino County School Superintendent Ted Alejandre. Presented some mini grants to some very well-deserving teachers and programs at Granite Hills High School. So a very big thank you to our support coming from the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department and San Bernardino County Schools Superintendent. Thank you so much for supporting these programs and these teachers. It's very nice to see them recognized and to see the things that they are going above and beyond to do for their students. To all of our staff in Apple Valley Unified School District, the whole family, thank you. I know that this has been incredibly taxing. These last 40 some odd days of the 2021-2022 school year has been unlike any others. I can't express my appreciation enough for the extra time, the extra efforts, and the outstanding job that so many of you are doing. Thank you. To all of our teachers, you already know that you're heroes to those kids in the classroom. Keep it up. Get some rest on this upcoming October break. You deserve it very much. And to all of our students, keep on. You're doing a great job. You have a lot to overcome, and it's worth it. And we hope you're enjoying too. So keep up the good work, everyone, and enjoy your October break. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. So.
No, I echo what Mr. Noonan just said, thanks to our staff. And yesterday I did work with the Rotary Club that they deliver bunch of food supplies to at this campus. Yeah, from the Rotary Club of Apple Valley. Okay. So that's all I have.
Thank you so much. Mr. Bender.
No, Chris said enough for all of us. But
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Raleigh.
Very brief. I want to thank everybody, the sheriff, the police, the police department did an outstanding job. This was it's not an easy task to, when you have upset crowds like this. And I have been involved with law enforcement for a long time, and I saw nothing but professionalism, pressure under fire, they call it. You guys are really good. Should be proud. And Trinae and the rest of the cabinet, it was a taxing night, but we came through, and I really appreciate everybody's hard work.
All set.
Now down to me. All I can say is that you all have done a fabulous job since we started in August. And I'm so grateful to see some of our members that fell sick during this time, to find them back on the beat, they call it. I thank you for returning healthier. And I wish all of our staff and our students a very well-needed rest during this time. Now, I have to say, though, since the police is here, that even though I know you work for the school district, I still get scared when I see you on the road, especially when I am driving through the school zone. I don't know if I'm doing 25, if I'm doing 26, if I'm going to get a ticket, but it still gives me that nervous energy. And so that means you're doing a good job. And thank you for that. For the parents who are no longer here, I just want to say thank you for coming out and speaking up on behalf of your children. And we're going to do our best. We're not the best, but we strive to be the best. So hopefully, by the time we meet again, we'll have some concrete information to give the parents. And again, thank you to the administrative team sitting on these days. After being here since 7 o'clock, some of you 6 o'clock in the morning, and you're still here almost 11 o'clock in the night. I thank you for your time. Having said that, I would like to ask for a vote to adjourn this meeting and go straight to signing documents.
A motion? A motion?
I need a motion.
I entertain
I need
a
a
motion to adjourn.
Dennis made the motion already.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
Were you opposing?